Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Galletto Rossonero here with you guys. The day after, it still burns. Horrible defeat, guys. Horrible defeat. The entire game was Milan chasing the ball in the game. No intensity, no ideas. Very Leao dependent. If he doesn't go, Milan doesn't go. But more importantly, it shows that the certain players on the roster are not Milan worthy. And we're talking about Tata Rossano, we're talking about Dest, we're talking about the Messias, but even Pobega as a starter, he is not a Milan-worthy player. And so this brings in to effect the 2022 summer transfers. Why? Because if the year before Maldini had done a great jobs with the Magnans, the Kalulus, the Tomoris, and named them, this season, guys, the summer transfer market hasn't brought anything yet. So obviously, De Ketelaere, the biggest prize, 35 million euros. We're gonna wait for him. He's a great, talented player. Has had troubles getting used to Milan, playing with Milan, in a bigger club, bigger city. You don't know how to speak the language. It's been a harder adaptation than they would have imagined, most probably. So we're gonna keep waiting for him. But all the other players that they brought in from last summer, guys, so far haven't shown anything great. So Adli, who had a great preseason, has completely disappeared off the radar for Pioli. Although he made him play a few minutes here and there, the times that he's played in Serie A hasn't been played well. He wasn't put on the Champions League list. And so Pioli, obviously not believing in him or wanting him to do more, I guess, depending on what he sees during the week, during training. But so far, he hasn't done anything. Ranks in the midfield, we saw him a few times, a few minutes here and there in the games. To me, seemed okay. But Pioli doesn't seem to have enough confidence in him to put him in earlier in a game or to start a game. Obviously, you need to give Tonali and Benassa a rest sometimes. But I don't think he's up to par. I don't think he's even up to par to Pobega to come in. So that's a big issue. He wasn't placed in the Champions League list. Tia, call him what you want, center back, came in to replace Romagnoli with Gabbia, guys. Gabbia has done decently well this year in replacing all the injured players, but normal times he wouldn't be a starter for Milan, and Chia can even steal the place of Gabbia because he doesn't put him in for any minutes. He didn't play those 10 minutes against Verona where he actually saved 2 goals, and so we thought maybe Pioli would give him some playing time, but no. Dest on the right hand side, guys. I gotta be honest, obviously they brought him in because Florenzi got hurt, he got injured, so they brought him in. But if Kalulu and Calabria were both playing right now, Dest wouldn't see the field, because Dest, yes, he's very offensive. He can beat the guy sometimes one-on-one, but defensively, guys, every time they attack Milan defense on the right-hand side, you're holding your head, hoping that he doesn't get beaten. And so not the greatest performances. We still have the issue of not having anybody on the right-hand side. Messias proved again this weekend that although he does prevail sometimes, does score that odd goal, and Pioli keeps putting him in, but I don't think he has other options. He is not a Milan player. His performance overall was horrible. Yes, he scored that goal, but didn't play very well. Salzmaker is injured, but he is not a starter as well. The left-hand side, if Theo is injured, Balotelli is not really a Milan player as well. And they didn't address the goalkeeper situation because they thought Mike was going to be in form. But Tata Rossano, Mirante, to me, are not at the moment very good big goalkeepers. And although Tata Rossano, we can't really fault him for anything, guys, that lack of security of the defense with the goalie behind them, it shows sometimes. And like I said, they didn't replay Cassie this year. Cassie leaving, but Pobega hasn't filled the shoes as he is not Cassie. Cassie on the field covered a lot of field. He helped defensively, and it shows this year. We're getting scored on a lot. And so, guys, this transfer market, from the summer right now, guys, is a flop. So we'll see what they do, if any of the players come out in the long run, but they will have to repair this Calciomercato in January. They're going to have to bring somebody for that right-hand side for sure. Maybe somebody in the defense. We'll see what they do, but I would address first the goalie situation and the right-hand side. Let me know what you think. Write in the comments, like and subscribe.